Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty nifty news where it seems like no one's actually using their Xbox consoles, at least in comparison to PlayStation 5. We have some really big Sony achievements over here too as well in regards to the brand new Last of Us show. We also have some brand new gifting modes going on PlayStation, a few of the little various things to go and talk about all throughout this video. So if you guys will sit back, relax, I guess too, and also enjoy. Also make sure you guys check out the How links down below for the brand new Samsung promotion ongoing on the channel itself. We're working with them for a bunch of free money if you guys want to get your no commitment needed reservations down below, so click on that link. We have the Twitter and Twitch link down below in case you guys want to follow, and of course the Target and Amazon links too as well if you guys want to check and see. And let's dive into the video. So very first and foremost, we've been seeing a lot more information coming out on terms of proper usage of their consoles. So as you guys know, you have a PlayStation, you have an Xbox, you kind of go and check and see on how often people sign in, who many people buy brand new games, as well as also maybe how even active your console is every year by basically judging by power usage. So now we're kind of seeing some intriguing reports over here where 71% of the UK PS5 owners say it's their main console versus 48% of the Xbox Series X owners, as research finds. Now, this is not the biggest thing out there too, because don't forget, some folks do have multiple consoles. Some folks may have all three and a PC, someone like me, or as well as some folks maybe just go play games whenever new games come out. And as of per recently, there's been a lot more new games coming on PlayStation, think God of War, and upcoming games like Forspoken, etc., than say Xbox and their Xbox Game Pass. Now, obviously people still use their Xboxes too, but it kind of goes to showing how much of a higher ratio that is. Like that's a pretty good ratio over there. So basically, new analysis suggests that PS5 owners are more likely to own just a singular console too as well. So them just getting their PS5, they're happy with it, they'll get the Call of Duty, 2K, and the nice little exclusives, and play them up on up, and go from there. Also maybe work in some Rocket League, Fortnite, etc., as they go from there. While Xbox itself seems a little bit more different. So PlayStation 5 owners in the UK are far more likely to consider it their main console than the Xbox Series X and S owners, a new survey has now found. Research by Amfer Analysis claims that 71% of the respondents who said they owned the disc version of the PS5 said they used the console the most. Meanwhile, of those who said they owned an active Xbox Series X or S, that number dropped to 48% and 35% respectively, while 49% of Switch owners consider it actually their main system. So even with this, the Nintendo Switch is actually, seems apparently, a more active and commonly used console than even the other various ones, which is also kind of somewhat surprising to me at the end of the day. The figure appeared to support the theory that a number of players buy Xbox consoles, particularly the lower price Xbox Series S, to use more as a secondary Game Pass system, which also makes sense too. A lot of times, even my own recommendations, I say, hey, if you're a parent, you just want to get maybe a younger kid into a Fortnite machine or a Rocket League machine, or as well maybe you have a dorm and you're maybe at home for only a few weeks or a little bit of time. Maybe you travel, maybe you have a lake house, or maybe, like I said, maybe you have one main Xbox Series X in maybe the living room, then maybe an Xbox Series S in your actual casual room, like bedroom or whatever it might be, which would make sense in why it's a secondary console. Or I've also seen a lot of PC users who, have Game Pass on PC, which you can do, and then they have an Xbox Series S because they already have Game Pass, already paying the $15 or whatever amount they are in their subscription plan, $10, whatever, and then with that, then they just go and commit, because they already have it in the first place. So, somewhat curiously, the data also shows that only 43% of players who own the digital edition of PlayStation consider it their main system. So it kind of seems like most people with the disc edition are those are the heavy hitters, they're playing all the games, while the digital folks are a little bit more laid back. This may suggest that the more dedicated Sony fans are more likely to purchase the disc-based version of the console. Now that can kind of maybe go between two ways. Number one is maybe in the fact of you get the disc editions and you can collect the games, you buy the games day one, you go to Best Buy, Target, or whatever, more of a physical folk, or as well maybe to see the price point because the digitals are slightly cheaper. So maybe people are they're into gaming but not as much, or as well maybe at the same time they just don't want to pay full price for digitals and they'll play other stuff as time goes on. So Amfer's analysis suggests that one of the reasons so many PS5 owners consider it their main console is because PS5 owners are more likely to be single console owners, which makes sense. However, it adds, this does not fully explain the disparity in the measure between the PS5 disc-based version and Microsoft's Xbox Series X, its key competitor in the market, having launched in the same time. So some interesting data from our latest UK consumer research. As you guys can show over here too as well, you guys can maybe look through the little chart. I can show you guys on this one, but the numbers are share of owners of each console who indicate they use the console the most in the UK as of the most recent quarter. PlayStation 5, 71. PlayStation 4, which is funny enough even higher than the Digital Edition too, 54. Xbox One, funny enough even still, at 49. Nintendo Switch, 49. Xbox Series X, 48. So it almost kind of seems like the folks that are still in the prior generations are even still more committed, but it also kind of shows that not as many people really use the Xbox. Now, these numbers are very small. It's like 5%, so it's not the biggest, oh, whoop-de-doo. But even the Xbox Series S is kind of defined as the second console. We're seeing with the PlayStation 5 Digital as well, to not fully harp on Xbox, 43% on over there. So on that data too as well, we've had a lot of folks kind of say this, where in a market where most console gamers play across multiple consoles, including across brands, the role of a primary console has big implications for monetization of users, lifetime value, and market share. It's early days, but it suggests that Sony's exclusive strategy and brand strength has not been substantially disrupted by Microsoft's Game Pass strategy yet, at least in the UK. Now, this also kind of ties into support for the Game Pass vibe, where they keep on saying, like, yeah, we're still not the biggest console company and don't have the biggest market share. And it kind of seems like it's kind of been somewhat supported with all this information on over here. So it's going to be a big thing to go and see, and what people kind of classify as their main gaming console, especially when, say, like Redfall or Starfield or all these other really big games like the new Forza come out. Is that going to shift it a little bit more towards people assuming the Xbox is more of their real proper console? Is it going to still stick with PlayStation with a, Final Fantasy 16 and other various games too as well? It can kind of go and change up in any direction, so I have to go and figure this on out. But very intriguing information to go and see. Now, for some other big things to kind of talk about, we do keep on seeing The Last of Us popping up, and as of right now, on record, it does seem like this is the highest ratio thing so far for a live-action show. We've had a chance to show the numbers. They've been pretty similar for the Rotten Tomatoes rating. I think we showed it maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, and it shows like the numbers are pretty consistent. Like, they've been pretty much around the same amount of numbers either way. So, so far, people are loving the show, and I can't wait for it to come out these next few days. And definitely leave a comment down below if you guys are going to watch it or check it out. Now, I'm going to hope it's not going to be cringy, and I think the better review will be maybe about a week after it comes out. But a lot of folks did like Chernobyl when it came out, and it's also been the same like creator and all that type of stuff. Same with the actual maker of the video game series has also kind of come on in too as well. So we're seeing all of this, and I just have high hopes that the show will be actually good. So far, Sony's done very, very well on almost all of their video game, basically, shows or movies. Now, there's also a brand new thing when it comes to PlayStation gifting. A little bit of interesting enough, where you can now basically do personalized PlayStation Store gift cards. Now, I don't think I've ever had someone give me a gift card, but I'm sure like some big brothers or parents or techie folks or friends or whatever might go hook you on up. So basically, if you've ever bought a PlayStation Store gift card for someone, you can now create a personalized card and gift it to family and friends to share the PlayStation experience, which is kind of cool to see. It only takes a few simple steps. Choose from a variety of designs, add a message, and receive your personalized gift card as printable PDFs or digital vouchers to share with the gift recipient. So basically, if you guys just want to go and be nice, maybe it's the holidays, maybe you have a friend who's traveling, maybe a friend in the military across the seas or whatever it might be, with all of that, you guys can, well, hopefully go and send them a nice little gift card and make them feel pretty happy at the end of the day. Now, as well, reminder too, we did go cover this on a separate video, but guys, don't forget there is a big PlayStation 5 version 7.0 leak, which should also be including both Discord and cloud streaming for PlayStation 5 games. Now, we did make a video on this before and do a little bit more of it in depth, but I'm just reminding you guys because this is very exciting. I love the idea that we can finally maybe have some more streaming available. We still have to go and see which overall games might be coming out for the PlayStation 5 streaming. I still think it might just be some PlayStation 5 versions of prior games, like, say, Ghost of Tsushima, etc., stuff like that. But I'm also kind of curious if, say, like Ratchet & Clank, Horizon PS5, or even God of War. Why not God of War? We're also be coming out here too as well. And once again too, I really do like the idea of the Discord and Discord integration. I personally love it. I personally think it's sick, and I think this would be something that'd be very nice at the end of the day. So if you guys are excited for this update too, we also did have an update yesterday, which we made a video on, discussing the fact that they're now prepping up for the ongoing controller, in case you missed any of those videos. So kind of a cool little nifty day of news, mainly because it's intriguing to see on which console's actually favored, and it does seem like it's still the PlayStation 5, and all those little various big Sony accomplishments. They're doing kind of good in the whole gaming sphere. So we'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And as well, let me know if which console is your primary console? Are you someone like a PC guy like me? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. Make sure you guys check out the How link down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream as well down below if you guys want to go and follow. And of course, the Target and Amazon links too if you guys want to check out for your consoles and see. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. We'll have another 1 or 2 videos all throughout the rest of tonight.